Continuing on, we go to the deadly sin of sloth. A slothful person is someone who places their own comfort at the forefront of their life. They don't do anything that makes them uncomfortable. They're always looking for shortcuts, and they avoid any kind of hard work, even at the expense of leaving that work for other people to do. This mindset erodes their very livelihood, leaving them to feel empty and causes them to remove themselves from any situation where their habits and practices are challenged. Our first example of this is Honest John from Pinocchio. Seen strolling aimlessly through town during the working hours of the day, he comes across Pinocchio, who is on his way to school. Seeing an easy opportunity to make some money, he and his partner convince him to join Stromboli's marionette show so he can earn a finder's fee, despite knowing Stromboli is a cruel man who would prevent Pinocchio from going home. Later in the movie, we see him bragging to the coachman about how low he's willing to stoop for a quick buck. This leads to the coachman offering him a large bag of gold for another task. Honest John initially asks who he will have to kill for it, but then finds out the job is to kidnap irresponsible boys. This leads to him once again misleading Pinocchio under the guise of caring about his health and claiming he needs a vacation. The problem we see with so-called Honest John is that he is willing to throw innocent people under the bus to give himself a shortcut to an easy life instead of working hard to contribute to the lives of those around him. The other example I'd like to use for this is the Lotso-hugging bear from Toy Story 3. Lotso is the unofficial boss of Sunnyside Daycare. Driven around by the ease of a dump truck, he sets up a system where new toys and toys that disobey him are sent to the caterpillar room, where they are abused by the toddlers playing with them. Meanwhile, he and the toys he deems as worthy stay in the butterfly room, where the preschool children treat them lovingly. He came to this position after he was accidentally left behind and eventually replaced by his original owner, Daisy. After walking back to her house and finding out he'd been replaced, he ran away from the situation, dragging along with him the two other toys that were left behind. Lotso shows a tendency to run away from conflict and discomfort to instead put himself in positions of ease and control. In the examples of Honest John and Lotso, we see both an aversion to facing anything that's difficult or challenging and a disregard for the well-being of others. This is the true face of sloth. It causes a person to place the highest emphasis on their own comfort, even at the cost of others' well-being, or their own integrity and reality. This is why sloth is overcome through both a care for others as well as a courage to face difficult situations head-on. When you truly care about others, it drives you to act in a way that benefits them, even at the cost of your own comfort. It also requires a courage to step forward and face things that are uncomfortable or difficult in order to create a positive change in the situation going forward. Sloth causes a person to focus inward and excuse poor behavior on the grounds of their own comfort and happiness. But courage and care lead a person to focus outward through positive action done on the behalf of others that ultimately leads to a more fulfilled and meaningful life. This has been another Sermon in the Pocket. Remember to share this episode with others and send me your questions and comments on Facebook or by emailing me at sermoninthepocket@gmail.com. Thank you again for listening, and may God bless you.